What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a surprise Burning the Red Shirts. Nothing better than a Monday evening or Tuesday morning release of a new episode of Burning the Red Shirt that hasn't been around since week 0. Have we taken a month hiatus for your weird Dave Chappelle thing in the mountains of Asia, or what? What was the last time we talked?
That feels right. I mean, every week, obviously, we're talking, but at least once during the week, one of us will be like trying to pod, and then schedules never work out and such. And I mean, there's not enough hours in the day to go through the actual grind of all the stuff we're trying to do, right, to get ready for the upcoming week, and then kind of find like an hour where both of us have free time or whatever. So it's whatever. But going into week 4, we made it. Think of this as like, all right, we're out of the non-con. Now we're into the conference play. Let's do a pod.
Burning Red Shirt only shows up for the off season and the in conference stuff, which there is some non-con stuff that's kind of interesting. Like, are you intrigued by Florida Miami? Like, to me, I'm like, I need Florida off my screen. Like, I just cannot watch Florida again because this is just like, it's pathetic that we keep getting Florida on some of these time slots, and it's like they're not good. And DJ Lagway is awful.
Yeah. College Gameday seems hell-bent on destroying whatever little political capital they have left. Like, they used to be, you know how Bruce Feldman kind of transcends networks, and everyone like loves him and loves the freaks list, agnostic of what company you work for. Like, everyone promotes it. Game Day used to be like that, and they just burned all their political capital to the ground by like just going super agenda driven on whatever agenda they have. And like going to Florida Miami just further deteriorates that. Like, that game is totally unnecessary, and it's just like we need to do whatever's in the best interest of our network type deal. Like, there's way better games. If we're talking about things we're mad about.
So the problem, I was gonna say, the problem is the good games that are like immediately you could say, yeah, like 100% deserve it, or Texas Tech, Utah, which is Fox and Big Noon Saturday or whatever, and then Auburn, Oklahoma, and they were just at Oklahoma. So that's the problem. The only other one you could consider, I guess there's two you could consider. Illinois, Indiana, would they do that for an NBC game? Probably not.
Yeah.
And then the other one would be South Carolina, Missouri. I'm kind of surprised South Carolina, Missouri didn't make the cut.
My buddies were bummed for that. They're Missouri fans. I think they're considering going to the game, and like I think it was announced pre-sellers getting.
It was pre-sellers for sure.
Yeah.
Plus, like, it's a concussion, so it's not like it's out of the realm of possibilities. He's fully out. Like, he could play, but it's obviously probably not likely.
Yeah, probably not. But the skillet could have been fun.
I'm rusty in my conference play here. Which one's the skillet? Is that
TCU SMU?
I was gonna say I think it's TCU, but yeah, I mean, that would have been a good game. Yeah, I mean, why not diversify a little bit?
Yeah,
they just tend to. I mean, as a Big Ten guy, I benefit. They do a bunch of Big Ten games and they do a bunch of SEC games, and like that's it. It feels like, and this time they're doing an ACC, SEC. But I cut you off. You were gonna say something post political.
Oh, just both the Texas Tech Utah game and the skillet being at noon is unfortunate. Like, as someone who has some Texas Tech futures, I guess it's a good thing because you don't want to play in Royce Eccles at night if you could help it. But still, like, I mean, I'm not. There's no way I'm getting eyes on those games at noon, and I would like at least one of them to be at night so I could actually watch them. But alas.
Dude, how legitimate is Texas Tech? I have watched way too much of them because of the bets that I've placed on them.
Yeah.
And it's shocking how good their passing game is. Is that like for real? Like, how?
Why is it shocking?
I mean, they're literally throwing for like 15 yards per attempt. I mean, it's not like it's that crazy for me to be like, yeah, they're going crazy here. And
yeah,
I mean, is Morton kind of a dark horse? Is he a dark horse Heisman?
Probably not. Like that people, even though they've got the money cannon firing, right? I don't know if there's going to be like much in the way of narratives and stuff like that to carry him there. I won't pretend to be like a Heisman expert or anything like that. But like the shoulders fixed, right? I mean, schedule's been absurd. But this week's game is going to be like so fun. I think that there's not going to be much defense played, and we're going to see a fun shootout.
Dampier is going to go back to his New Mexico roots and get some.
Yeah.
This could be a fun one. But I mean, if you think about it, what is holding back Morton from the Heisman? It's obviously health because he's always hurt.
Yeah.
And he is a lesser program in Texas Tech. But like, if he throws for 4,500 yards and like 45 touchdowns, they have the schedule for him to go 11-1 or 12-0.
Yeah.
They play at Utah and at Arizona State in mid-October. They play at Kansas State, which is kind of a garbage matchup now. And that's it. BYU, UCF, West Virginia, Oklahoma State. Kansas is interesting. I think Houston's way better than I realized coming into the year.
Yeah.
I think like Houston is very respectable, 7-8 wins type of thing. But it's not like, I don't know. This doesn't feel like the craziest schedule. If they go 11-1 and he throws for 4,545 touchdowns, like he kind of has to be considered, right?
That would be fun. I would be very happy.
I mean, Arch is not going to win the Heisman like people thought. There's nobody on Georgia that's going to win the Heisman. Nobody on Bama. You know, none of the Penn State guys, none of the Ohio State guys, right? Like, there's a lot of underwhelming performances.
Yeah, there's like right now, if you look at the odds, there's like 15 QBs between 8-1 and 20-1. It's, I don't know.
Cade doesn't look good. Like, they have 2 losses. You know, like Nussmeier doesn't look good. They're 3-0, but like his stats are not good at all, right? Like,
yeah.
So what are you fading, like Taylon Green, which I don't know, like he's in the same boat to me as Morton is in terms of
Mateer, Beck.
Mateer, yeah, good call. Mateer is 100% the guy, and Beck could do the old like good quarterback, very good numbers in a 11-1 team.
Yeah,
it's just
I think it's just people don't want to buy it. Like they consider Big 12 tier 3, and they like Travis obviously just wanted from the Big 12, but people were very excited to vote for Shohei Ohtani of college football.
I think Travis Hunter is like I don't think you can put him in the same boat as like other Big 12 players because he just was insane and did something very, very unique. But you do have a point. Big 12 is kind of a tier down for sure.
Nate's Oregon Texas Tech comp was nice. Did you read the polls this week?
I did, yeah. Where it's talking about how like they're the next Oregon in terms of like funding and offensive style, and all of a sudden they could be like the super cool team.
Yeah. What So your Cameron Dickey release was quite polarizing. I lost money not following but fading. Peel back the curtain. Why did you why were you on that?
I can tell you why we were on that. All right, so I did the projections and Ben came over the top and kind of confirmed it. That's kind of like our style for most of it is like I pump out teams, he comes over the top and tweaks and double checks things. I don't know. It was like a 23.5 point spread.
Okay.
That's really teetering around the line of blowout for us. Like if it's anything more than 24, we 100% are saying like we need to dock the rushing stuff a little bit because there's going to be guys that are just not going to run it as much as, your RB1's not going to run it as much as in a blowout versus a tight game. But also too, right? Like Dickey started, I think, a couple games. He significantly ran the ball like a bunch in those games where it's closer at the time, right? So we gave him 33% of carries, which is not even all that crazy. And then we gave Jacoby Williams 34%. I think what books were accounting for, and then I think what people that liked the under accounted for is 2 things: that Dickey's not good, which I agree, he's not good. He stumbles his way to yardage. But also this Hill guy, Adam Hill, he did not see the field until the games were in like the third quarter of these major blowouts. So I think people that bet the under accounted for Hill getting run earlier than people thought. And we did not have Hill for that much usage. Actually, we did have him for like maybe 15 to 20%. And Morton just ran a little bit more than we thought, but
there is there's some false equivalency in the conversation because I played it back at near the top. I missed the best numbers, but played under 65.5, which I mean, I wish I knew but you released at like 40 something, right?
We like the over in the 40s and the low 50s. I mean, we liked him for like 70 something yards.
my algorithm didn't see him getting a full drive's worth of carries up 45-0 late in the fourth quarter. So that's on me, I guess.
It was a little bit lucky, but that happens.
No, you were good. You were good at those early numbers early in the game, I think. But like I don't know. I lost a bunch of shit on like I was due for some variants like going against me after like some of the stuff I've lucked out in early in the season. This week, I feel like I lost like 3 or 4 props the way that I'm used to, where it's like, oh, last drive, guy just magically gets there and stuff or whatever. But whatever.
Yeah, I think Dickey definitely was a little bit of luck, but also I think process-wise we were pretty on it. But that doesn't mean shit, right? Like, because I had Baron Morton. I've complained about this forever, and I probably still will. 256.5 yards under, and he got pulled at half, and it was all because of the last drive it lost. So like sometimes just bad luck gets you. Totally. But hopefully it comes back around. But yeah, you lost. What was the one that you were just referencing there? Durham, right?
Unbelievable. Caden Durham is at like 13 carries for 32 yards with a minute left in the game and breaks a 60-yarder to go over. I had under 69.5 rushing yards. And like I didn't even see it till the next day. I wake up and I see he got like an extra carry and I'm like, oh, well, I had 30 yards of cushion. I'm probably good. Bang, 90 yards.
It's incredible. And well, what could have been too, we had joked about it. You had the Channing Goodwin under, which was a really good bet in like the 50s.
Yeah.
In the very first, I'm a bad Michigan fan, but to be fair, like who cares about Michigan receivers?
Yeah.
I didn't know what number it was. And I was like, I think that might be Goodwin when I was watching. And they zoomed in on this 60-yard deep ball and he misses it. It wasn't all that close, but it was close enough. And it was Goodwin. And I was laughing, thinking, man, if Cass is watching this, he is hurting. But what's crazy is Bryce Underwood was insane. And I think he threw for a good bit. So like in theory, if they would have just targeted him a little, Goodwin a little bit more, you might have been in trouble. But like, I don't know, any under 50 something and a half for a number 2 receiver on Michigan feels like a good bet.
Totally.
What do you think of Underwood?
I watched a lot of the Oklahoma game, and then I just saw highlights from New Mexico. Like the highlights from New Mexico is just like make like some of that shit makes your jaw drop. Oklahoma, he still showed like, damn, this dude has it. And then highlights from this week are insane as well. I don't know. He seems incredible. Like, I don't think there's much like, what are you going to, anyone who I would be interested in hearing an argument otherwise, but he seems amazing.
I would love to see them just like stop like being so conservative with him. Like, what's the point? Like, why are you doing some cool stuff against Central Michigan? But like, the thing is with Michigan's offense, you're losing if you don't pull something out of your ass a little bit.
Does the O-line suck?
I think the O-line's fine, but it's when you go 2 tight end sets with, on the 40 and it's 1st and 10 and everybody knows you're just going to run the football. Like it doesn't matter what you do. Like it doesn't matter how good the offensive line is. Everybody knows what's coming.
They just seem like they don't have a lot of explosive runs. Like they get like Justice Haynes breaks one every game. I feel fortunate that actually like Jordan Marshall fell into the end zone a couple of times this week. But like
he had one taken back too.
Did he? Yeah.
He had like a 60-yarder taken back.
Seems that's funny. But yeah.
I wish I didn't say that out loud.
One of my stronger stances this offseason that just blew up in my face was like Jordan Marshall is the dude to own in that backfield, clearly looking really dumb. The other one. Yeah. Oh, I think I might release this week. I might have a release on Chris Hilton over 0.5 catches. What do you think?
Why? I didn't see really much of the LSU game. Why?
They play an FCS team. He's due, right? 1 catch through 3 games. I think this could be the week that my 80% best ball, Chris Hilton,
dude,
we get a catch.
I'm so over LSU receivers. I think I need to just stop drafting them. I drafted like a decent bit of Nick Anderson, teens for Chris Hilton, and not much Aaron Anderson, which I'm not that upset about. But it's like every year we think that we get the next Malik Neighbors and Bryant Thomas, and every year it's like since then, the last couple of years, it's like we're just throwing money away. Last 2 years, when have they ever hit value?
Why can't the LSU offense, like, I don't understand why it just can't do what it did last year. Like, what's the problem?
I don't know. Because
Yeah,
it's not like they're neutering themselves with the crappy Caleb Jackson, Josh Williams at running back. Like they actually have good players like Durham is a good running back. So it's not like they automatically have some crap at running back to stop the run game. But yeah, I don't know. I think everybody maybe has Nussmeier's number and figured out that if you just throw everybody in coverage that they can't.
You think that's what it is?
That was kind of the deal last year, right? It was like rush 3, do like an 8 cover shell and just all right, like have fun. Like
I don't know. He was incredible for like the first 6 weeks last year, got hurt, and then was great for the last 3 weeks. So I don't know. I clearly was very mistaken in terms of what I thought he was going to be doing this year. But I don't know.
I said he could throw for 4,000 yards. So
yeah,
I'm right there with you in terms of being wrong. Like, so yeah, he's kind of a weird mix of what the heck's going on here.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Is LSU, they're 3-0. Then next week they play, they play someone else that's 3-0. I just was looking at that. You think they're fraudulent? You think they're kind of Ole Miss? They play Ole Miss. Do you think? Well, that kind of feels like both teams are a little bit pretenderish.
Yeah, I don't know. I would. I'd like to see the offense actually do anything and not be terrible before I started thinking that they're good as a team.
Like do you think Ole Miss goes back to Austin Simmons when he's healthy, or did Chambliss play his way into significant snaps?
Tough call, right? He looked amazing. Like he was just dropping times all over the field, lighting my money on fire. So that was nice.
I mean, you bet the under pass yards, right? I don't blame you. He's like a FCS or D2 guy that just felt like a package guy, and then all of a sudden he's looking great throwing. It feels like a bet you're going to win 75% of the time.
Yeah. Probably could have looked a little more into to figure out if he could throw it or not, but oh well, it is what it is. I don't know though. I could see them just rolling with him. Like the offense was humming, right? It's definitely interesting.
I wanted to bring this up earlier when we talked Big Noon Saturday about how Utah is playing a 10 a.m. local time game, which is incredible. Did you see the start time of Michigan State game this weekend?
11.
They play at USC and it's 11. It's very possible. My dad is what you would call, I don't know. He wakes up at like 3 a.m. and then goes to bed at like 8 p.m., like 7 p.m. He's like one of those crazy people that wakes up and works out like insanely. He could literally wake up and see the end of the game. Like he might wake up at 2:30 for his morning to go to the gym, and he might catch the fourth quarter. And he's a Michigan State fan, by the way. So that's why it's relevant to him. But
it's totally
the start time. Do you think that they should be required, these, the West Coast schools that like came over, do you think it's required that they should concede timing to the Big Ten and like maybe start their game not at 11 p.m.?
They're not picking though. The networks dictate this stuff.
Well, I don't really care personally, but I guarantee I will have Jane Maeva overs, so I will care a little bit.
Yeah.
How are your fantasy teams doing?
Things are going well. I lost 2 season-long matchups by a combined 3 points this week, so that was a little disheartening. But overall, season-long stuff's going well. Underdog best ball, a little below last year. I don't have 10th round John Mateer carrying things. Last year, I was looking it up. My advance rate last year was like 41%, obviously insane. This year at 34% after big Angeli and Ahmad Hardy weeks. So things are trending the right way there. I was way below coming into this week, but now things are looking on the up and up. Just need Chris Hilton to start doing something right, and we'll be where we need to be with Underdog. I played Battle Royale for the first time. Do you ever do it?
Is that's like the midweek draft stuff?
Yeah. I had some bonus money of that. I had no idea how to spend it because I can't do Pick'em. I can't do Champions in Jersey. I was like, this money's expiring this weekend. I need to do this. So I tried to do Battle Royale. I've never played a game that feels more random from like a fantasy, like DFS perspective. It's just like this. we need to consult with them on like the structure of this. It's so ridiculous. Like so the main slate is like 12 games. You're in pools with 6 people, and you're starting one QB, one RB, 2 receivers, tight end flex. Like there's amazing players not getting drafted. I think it's just whoever, like, the idea is just stack and pray. But I don't know. One of my teams came in like top 100, and I made a little bit of money on it. Like, but I don't know. It's just it. The draft ends. I'm like, I have no idea how to feel about this team. But
Well, when it's like I've done it. I correct myself. I've done it for like the 4-game Thursday night slate at the beginning of the year, so I know and even at that extent, it's like, man, this feels very random. Like and it's so much dependent on when it's the smaller stuff. It's so much dependent on like where your draft position is. Like there's 3 good quarterbacks and 3 shit quarterbacks, and you pick 4th. You're like, well, if I don't get one now, I'm never getting one. But I haven't played around with it too much, but I can bet props and stuff, so I don't necessarily need to go that way. Yeah. What about your tadpole team? How many points in tadpole?
Ooh, I guess now's the time. I actually did set my lineup this week. So big credit for me. I think here. Let me pull that one up. I'm not.
I was just gonna say, well, I'll filibuster while you pull it up. I think I'm doing good. I want to say I was like 57th or something out of whatever. But I had a huge week. There's a link, and Froton also shares like the top 20. What I will say is I love this, and I think Froton and Scott Fish did a great job doing this. It gives some conversation to college fantasy football, which is always good. But like, we need it to be a little bit different next year, because like every one of the teams in the Georgia Tadpole League like is fairly competitive, and I'm the best one in it, and I'm like not even close to the top. Like there's not even, in theory, right? You should have, if there's, let's say, how many leagues were there? If there's 300 people, 12 per, oh boy, what is that, like
3,600?
Well, no, 300 total teams, because remember they didn't fill up all this stuff. So 300
teams.
Yeah, so that's just like there's, I don't know, 30 leagues, and not one of us in the Georgia League is even close to the top 50 or top 40. Like, I next year won't do the live draft if it's the same format. Like, I'm going to pick a random conference that has random people. That way I can try to maybe get some sort of draft edge. You probably don't have any thoughts on it because you got in one of those easier conferences.
I have the top management at the CFF site in my league, who could be performing better. Well, we'll leave it at that. But I'm 4-2, not bad. And now that
win loss doesn't matter. It's all total points. So what do you got?
Why is that? What do you mean? Isn't this is there no?
This is just straight. Whoever scores the most points in the full season wins.
No, you're showing my lack of understanding the rules. You're saying that there's no advancement in this?
It's not like underdog at all. It's literally, and I get it because the format would take a lot of time and effort, and Fantrax doesn't support it, so it would be a lot of effort. Yeah. It's literally who scores the most points. So like, that's it. That's not good. Yeah.
I'm at 1,013 points, so
that's not bad though. Like 1,013 is like middle of pack for Georgia. We have a lot at like 1040. I'm 1167. I'm curious to see where that ranks.
Well, I'll reverse splits. I'll get better as the season goes on.
Well, if it makes you feel better, my advance rate in underdog right now is like 19%. So I credit the fact that, or I blame the fact that I'm like high on every single TCU and Notre Dame player, and each have had bye weeks. So that's why. By the way, I'm all over the place right now. This coffee's kicking in. Nice. Do you see Jake Retzlaff scoring is like actually scoring in the leagues?
Is it really?
It is.
That's so gross. Like, that is just garbage management by the
We've reached out. Ethan has bothered them multiple times, and then I think Sean from ETR is going to reach out about it too, because Retzlaff has been incredible.
Yeah, that's like that. It's not acceptable. You can't do that as an operator.
It's not good. I will say I like to jokingly think that that's the reason why my advance rate's 19%. I've actually scrolled through some leagues to see like where some of these Retzlaff teams are, and there's definitely some in the top 3 that have Retzlaff.
Yeah.
But probably not enough for me to actually have more teams in the advance at this point. But I don't know. Would you, if you're me, would you panic about 19% advance rate, 18% advance rate?
Panic it. So I don't know. I don't know how to think about it. I mean, as a nit, I am always like thinking through the lens, and this is like the worst way to play basketball, right? It's like I put in all this time, I better make some fucking money, as opposed to like trying to find that one magic bullet. So if you're like me, you probably wouldn't feel great about that. Like if you're wired how you should be for basketball, it's more so you're operating through the lens of like looking through your teams that are like good teams and thinking like, oh, are any of these potentially super teams, right? And I don't have the time, or I'm not like. There's also this is a fun while we're just ripping on underdog. It's a fun development. When I actually tried to click through to one of my teams, I was like, oh, that team scored over 200 this week. Let's see how they're doing. Click in the app, and the app just closes. I'm like, all right, not trying that again. Let's revisit one of our favorite conversations. The idea of factoring in playoff schedules into drafting, right? So, fuck, man, living in Jersey, maybe I should have drafted some Rutgers. The schedule is still absolute hell, right? Like that was probably the stickiest. Like this schedule is hell for going to the playoffs. My memory is it's by Rutgers or by Ohio State, Penn State. Like there's nothing about that is looking better, but still, like the Rutgers offense looks insane.
There's a level of like you got to get to the dance, right? Like you got to get to the playoffs for the playoff schedule to matter. But I think almost it's so insanely, and especially because like I think the running backs are kind of interesting. Ian Strong is hurt now, and like, what does Raymond do now that CJ Campbell's hurt?
Right. I forgot
and so like there's a little bit of like, well, like is the run game really going to do anything against Ohio State and Penn State? But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see how it shakes out.
What about Nebraska? They had a horrible schedule too. Are
they had an incredible regular season, awful postseason schedule.
Yeah, what's the postseason? It's Iowa, and who's the other one? And they have a bye, right?
They have a bye, Iowa, and I mean it might as well.
They end with a good game. Is it Michigan State? Or
no. Michigan State plays Maryland to end the year. They play bye Penn State, Iowa.
Yeah, still
at Penn State, home against Iowa. Yeah,
still not looking optimal. But so obviously I took this conversation in this direction for the purpose of talking about something that made me feel good, which is where it's now going. A schedule that looked not great and still like, yes, by week 12. Syracuse all of a sudden, dude, Notre Dame does not look like a bad matchup week 12 at all. And ending with BC, like that could be shootout city against Lonergan and BC.
Yeah, it's true. I think 9 times out of 10, Notre Dame's defense is going to be very good and like not necessarily one you want to target. I mean, stuff happens. I mean, it's not, maybe they get it together. Maybe they just completely stink. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Syracuse's defense is pretty bad. Is bad. Like, I don't like I would love to peel back the curtain and understand what's going on there. They have so many good players and they returned so much, and defense was so good last year. Like, Chris Ash is a horrible human being for what he did to the Rutgers program. So just cosplaying, doing anything positive and riding coattails at Texas and Ohio State doesn't redeem him in any way. Now he's Notre Dame's problem, which is funny, but like even that, how could he be such an influencing force at this defense that was so absurdly good last year is now just a dumpster?
It's a great question.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting.
I will say that Texas A&M Notre Dame game was kind of nuts, wasn't it?
Yeah, I caught some of that. That was fun.
I went to bed in the fourth quarter. I was like, I'm way too tired to wake up early and to watch the end of this. It's just too much. But what did I tell you? I tried to tell everybody, Notre Dame, if they lost the first 2 games, what are we going to see happen? Jeremiah Love is going to get that usage up. Did you see what his usage was in this game?
He got a lot of carries, right?
23 out of 38 carries. Okay. And he had 4 receptions. It's not going down. I mean, you
Price did a
might
lot
get
too.
what's that?
Price did a
Price
lot
did
as
have a
well.
lot. Yeah, thank God I need some Price in my life. I have so much Price. CJ Carr only running 3 times is interesting, and I don't think that happens again because I don't think you go from running like 12 times against Miami to 3 against A&M at home. But like, there's gonna be some blowouts, and Love isn't gonna get a ton of action.
But
But like the bottom, like to me, the floor moving forward is 40%, and if it's 40% or higher with his efficiency, like I'm in. Like that's a very good number. Like Purdue, they're gonna wallop. Maybe I don't know. Purdue's awful, but like
yeah,
they kind of kept it tight with USC. And again, they don't have any room for error. They have to win out, and they have to do it kind of convincingly.
yeah. Car rushing is such an interesting problem to try to solve for props, right? Like you're right. He got a lot of carries. Some of them were sacks. I think against Miami. But did you watch that? Like he should not be running the football. Like that dude looks like a baby giraffe who's gonna get his head taken off every time he takes off. Like I'm sure he doesn't enjoy when Den Brock realizes, and hey, we're doing a QB draw here. Like he is not built for that and should not be doing that. And like I was staring at his 18.5 rushing yard prop this week. I was like, fuck, like I should take this. This guy is not a runner. But like I'm also thinking like, what if Den Brock just like he loves calling QB rushing. I think there's gonna be opportunities to blast that. Like against Purdue, like what if we get like 15 yards? Why would they run him? Like he is not a runner and should not be running.
This schedule screams shootouts. Post what we know. Purdue, let's ignore. But at Arkansas, that's gonna be a ton of. If they want to win, they're gonna have to score a lot of points. Boise State, NC State. I mean, how good is CJ Bailey right now? And Hollywood Smothers. That's probably Smothers, by the way, is one that I could not have been more wrong on. I think.
Oh, makes one of us.
USC at Boston College, already mentioned. They play Navy, whatever. At Pitt, that'll be high scoring as long as Holstein's still upright. Syracuse, like there's gonna be a lot of opportunities for huge scoring games from Notre Dame.
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be fun.
How did your doctor bet go this week?
Ooh, poorly. I got out of I got out of some of it, about half of it, but still lost money betting his under, hoping that he would get pulled or suck or something. So whatever. We're still looking good overall. On
His
Dr.
numbers are fairly respectable. 186 on 22 attempts.
I mean, he was at like 140, 150 at the half, and then I guess they just turtled it to run out the clock, which is like, I mean, not a bad idea when the doctor's at the helm. But
yeah, we'll see. Huh? Who did the damage? Sam Roush.
They were ripping off explosives in the first half. It was a bit nuts.
It's nothing worse than having a pass under and they go like 75 yards on the first play or something like that.
The Robbie Ashford special.
Yeah, with Chris Barnes, that was great. Is there a low key, high key game you're looking forward to this weekend?
Oh,
you said there's other games on the schedule that would be more interesting for game day. So now I'm curious, what level of degeneracy are you expecting ESPN to have that's just completely unrealistic?
I mean, the 2 Big 12 games were the ones that were my personal jam: Texas Tech, Utah, and the Skillet. And then, what you mentioned with Indiana, Illinois, like that would have been that would have made a ton of sense, and also like South Carolina, Missouri.
Apple Cup.
It feels like Demon hasn't played in a month.
It does. When you have those early buys, it's like, holy smokes! Like Josh Hoover has played a game this year.
Yeah. Right.
Is it coaching malpractice that Jackson Potter is the starting quarterback for Washington State?
I don't know. It's definitely a little weird. As someone who read every single 247 camp report in 2024 for material purposes, Washington State, they did talk him up a lot as like QB of the future. It was just like a kind of like it. They talked about him the same way Deshaun Purdy gets talked about or talked about coming into this year, but like a year earlier, where like the arm's there, like the talent is there, wild throws, big dude, etc. And I guess maybe over the course of a year, like got a little more polished and took the job from Zevi. I was reading about it after like the first couple of games, just like, is there something that's just like unseen here in terms of like, is Zevi hurt? But like, it doesn't seem like that at all. Like he just straight up
he played better than Potter did against North Texas. How
Really?
do you keep your quarterback the same after he throws 3 interceptions and 139 yards? They lose by 7 touchdowns to North Texas.
You're going up against that Skylar Cassidy defense, man. Sure, we talked about it on here at some point. Like my own personal big 3 defensive coordinators, they're looking pretty good to start the year, man. Skylar Cassidy at North Texas, the Kyle's boy Shield, whatever his name is, at Texas Tech, and the West Virginia guy showed out this week. The guy they took from Oklahoma, Zach Alley. Like those guys are they're all going to be head coaches, I think, really soon if they want to. And they're all new to their programs and all turning around defenses that were trash in previous years.
You just still can't score 10 points against North Texas.
It should have been 3. They got a garbage time touchdown at the end, right?
From Zevi. What a crazy. That one was very surprising to me, the fact that happened. Speaking of coaching, where do you think Virginia Tech goes to get their next head coach?
Oh man. So resources aren't good, right?
Resources are negative good.
Yeah.
Because we owe probably $6.8 million.
Can we just say Michael Vick?
I don't think it's going to happen. I've been reading stuff, obviously, and there's like, sources say Vic has interest, but he wants to stay at Norfolk State to turn it around. But will obviously listen. I think if we go the Vic route, like the program's going to be in the freaking AAC in like
I'm
10
just
years.
Messing around. Have you looked at what Norfolk State's done this year so far?
They've gotten walloped.
Got crushed by Towson, got crushed by Rutgers. Week 2,
they won an OT. Who did they beat?
Virginia State.
Yeah. So the names, I wanted to get your initial feedback on the names that were shouted out at one point. Sure. The obvious one, Shane Beamer. There's no shot. Why would he? We're not going to pay him more. It's just not going to happen.
It's the only way. So let's play this out over the course of the year, right? Let's say Sellers misses this week, comes back. They continue to do shitty play calling for him. Maybe he gets dinged again, checks out. They end up 4-8 this year at South Carolina. Does a golden parachute to come home, if that's the operative term, to Virginia Tech look more interesting then?
I don't know. I think the problem too is that like ACC isn't really all this like awesome conference that like is thriving, like it doesn't feel like that's a conference you want to get a part of if you have a choice. But that's really the only route. But it's not going to happen.
Making $8 million right now at South Carolina.
Yeah. Pry was making like 4.5, and the thought is that we'll stay the same. I have an absolutely insane name here. I'll drop in a second. But
I'm going to say I say Zach Alley from West Virginia to Virginia Tech.
I think we'll go offense.
Yeah.
That's just the gut feel, is that they won't go defense again after how that.
I can't believe you guys decided Philip Montgomery's the guy to steer the ship for the interim.
I don't even want. You know what? We got him. He's fired. Whatever. If it's Montgomery,
should have just made Drones the player coach.
What about? I think the obvious name that's interesting and it kind of fits is it Chesney or Chaney at JMU?
Oh, that's a great one. Yeah, Chesney. He's going to be successful wherever he goes now. Like the dude is a winner.
Alonzo Barnett over. That would be cool.
Yeah.
And then this one, I'm like, what? Jeff Monken from Army is like a name that someone like a real reporter said.
Yeah.
Does that mean they go triple option if they hire Monken?
Yeah, it's like he triple option, from what I understand, it is like his roots. So like, yes, that's the deal.
Would you? Georgia would never do this, so it's kind of hard for me to be like, would you do this if Georgia? Like, would you be okay with it? But like, if you're a Virginia Tech fan, would you be okay with Virginia Tech going the triple option route?
I don't know. Enough people wouldn't though, where like that would get leaked to the media, and then there would be blowback, and it wouldn't happen.
There's just, I mean, you're basically signing up for Paul Johnson at Georgia Tech, right? And like that's best case.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't even want to think about that further. But yeah, I think Chesney's the obvious one.
It's a great call.
Who's the next coach fired? This is right up your alley. Who's the next guy fired?
I'm unprepared for this. We sticking to Power 4?
We can do whatever you want. This isn't balling with my bestie.
All right. Yeah, fair point. But we can stick to Power 4 for right now. Stoops at Kentucky.
I could get behind that one.
So we've had Big Ten, we've had ACC. We suggested an SEC. Let's suggest the Big 12 one too. I mean, it pains me to say Gundy, right?
That one feels like inevitable, right?
Yeah, it's also cheating. It's like too easy.
He's got to be the betting favorite or close to it, right?
Yeah. We could say him and Stoops is the next two Power 4.
What do we think about I mean, Kansas State's guy wouldn't get fired, right?
Probably not. That's like an end of season thing, I think.
Yeah, it would have to be end of season if it happened at all. But like, I don't know, they look pretty discombobulated. I think that offensive coordinator is gone.
Wells,
Wells, yeah.
It seems like there's a lot of stuff going on there that we're not privy to. Like, why are we running a pro style offense with Avery Johnson? What the heck? Like, what is the actual story with Dylan Edwards? Like, there's clearly some preseason stuff probably that happened there that we didn't know about. I don't know. We don't have enough information to draw real conclusions in terms of the story of the 2025 Kansas State season.
What do you think? But it goes back to your thoughts on Big 12, how the Big 12 is always a giant shit show. The team that you think will win it doesn't come close. The team that you don't think has any shot of winning it has a very good shot at winning it.
Which, by the way, is so my 100-1 Arizona ticket looking okay, and like 60-1 Houston looking decent too.
I was going to say Houston is the team that to me screams it, and Arizona too a little bit. I mean, they haven't really played anybody, but like,
yeah,
they don't have losses like some of these teams.
Right.
I was going to ask you something. Why don't you want to trade for Maverick McIver in our dynasty league?
Oh, I saw you post that, but then got busy with something else. I'm used to having a bajillion amazing quarterbacks in that league. So from that perspective, like trading for quarterbacks, really in my DNA. I'm in decent shape. I have 5 that I can feel like I could roll with, assuming health any week. So we start 2. So I feel like you'll probably just get more from someone else.
What about our good friend Sia Bangura?
Oh, I mean,
we're rolling into Mac play. I mean,
it would be tough to say no. If like, I'm sure we could strike a deal there.
Hit me up on the side. I can't believe I'm doing it already, but I have to. I'm 0-6. My team is hot garbage. It's not good. It's not good at all. But yeah, I don't know. Any final questions or thoughts?
I made a trade this morning already in a different league. I traded. It was tough because I'm, as the OG Zion Booker believer, I traded him, but wanted to try and get some Eric McAllister. So went back and forth with our boy Brandon Sanders, and we landed on Zion Booker for Eric McAllister deal.
Zion Booker? Is that a G5 player?
Yeah. Are you not familiar with his game?
Unfamiliar with his game.
Tulsa. So
oh god, I should have known it was Tulsa.
First 3 weeks, 9 targets, 10 targets, 6 catches, 8 catches, 67, 51, 90 yards, only 1 touchdown so far. Slot receiver, got another year after this. Dude, this is like you've seen what the fuck is it called? Minority Report, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Years ago.
There's a scene in it where they walk into a room. They're investigating a murder case, and the guy has like, I'm gonna generalize to some degree because it's gross. There's all this evidence that he committed a crime, and then the detectives are talking about it, and the one guy's like, that's what, in so many words, he's like, that's what we would call like an orgy of evidence. Like, do you know how many times I've ever seen an orgy of evidence in my life? And the other guy's like, no. He's like, you never see it. Like, that guy did not do this. Like, that was planted there, was set up. And I was reading, I was over the summer, like I think it was like mid-June, July or something, mid-July. The Tulsa Rival site was doing position previews on and they got coach quotes, and for receiver it was like basically the shit that dreams are made of. Like it felt like too good to be true, like an orgy of evidence planted in favor of Zion Booker. The coach coming out saying like the slot position is the position we target on our offense. Zion Booker is the slot. He's going to catch 80 balls. He's going to get all these targets. I'm like, that shit's like, that sounds too good to be true. Like, that is planted evidence. Like, but still, how can I say no to this? So I started drafting him in every league. So it pains me to let him go in a league, but I was like,
if you have other shares, why not? Eric McAllister's
if you don't there's a chance that after this week, McAllister just goes back to being ungettable in every format. So I'm doing it.
I think it's a calculated move that makes sense.
Yeah.
Does Jordan Dwyer have another year of eligibility? I think he does have one more.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think you're right.
Where do you stand on him?
Oh, but I like them both for sure. I think they're both going to have great years. I guess we could actually like talk about some stuff of value for our listeners for once, right? But like, I think the deal. So, and this is something to I'm keeping a notes app on like evergreen angles, like stuff that we should look to pursue every week in prop betting, and then like just for the upcoming week, like stuff to be mindful of. And I think an evergreen note or an evergreen angle is I saw on Twitter during the UNC TCU game, like, oh, they're doing the thing that Belichick did in the NFL, where he just takes away the best player for that game, right? They put their amazing corner on McAllister and just destroy that one kid with Dwyer the entire game. That kid was awful, right? They just target Dwyer because that other corner.
Yeah, it was like literally nonstop.
And then by week 2, week 3, like I'm not taking anything from the performance against an FCS squad. I just looked at snaps. McAllister and Dwyer each played 50. Ed Small took man jack snaps. It's like there's some stubbornness here on my part because I'm like, I have been drafting McAllister every chance I got all off season, but I'm like, the only thing that's changed is Dwyer is showing that he's a badass, but like, I don't really like, and yes, that like lowers McAllister's ceiling, probably more so than we wanted, but like, I don't think there's no reason for me to feel demonstrably worse about McAllister outside of that. Like, he's not going to reach, like, it's not going to be he's probably not a 15 target every single game guy, which I thought was like in the range of possibilities entering the year.
I think it's fine if Dwyer is really good because they're going to throw it so much that he's
it's going to be great, man.
And the run game, I think in these real matchups, as much as I have so much of Barnes and Palmer, it's probably not going to be all that great against real teams. Yeah. So I will circle back. I think that's a really good point about Belichick. Do you have any other coaches or anybody like that you've circled as like, oh, this is definitely the kind of guy that would do that?
Not that. The stuff I only have 3 things for like every week we should look for this. Nate mentioned it, like the Georgia Southern run D. Anytime we could look to take advantage of that. And then just the Baylor run D and just shootouts in general, like that, like the Baylor Arizona State game, like that is going to be very interesting for targeting for props this week potentially, right? Just see what lines look like.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point on the taking away the best player thing. The unfortunate thing is it feels like Oh, and a former NFL guy, he's 100% going to do that, right? But there's not really anybody out there besides Belichick that would fit that mold. It's not like Frank Reich is really doing that at Stanford.
That was Belichick's thing in the NFL.
Right.
Like it got talked about all the time, and I think it was more than just narrative. It was like actual game planning, and showed up week 1, week 2, week 3. Like who fucking cares? It's Richmond and Charlotte. But like I think that is like going to make things like not necessarily just from like a straight prop perspective, but like you can get funky with SGPs with that shit.
Yeah. Oh,
have a good time.
Well, so I'm like, all right, well, like, I'm curious, who does North Carolina play? Maybe we could take advantage of it. And there's not one shot we can take advantage of it.
Who do they play now?
UCF, do they have a definitive best player? Clemson, which is great, but like I think Wesco and Moore are basically I guess you could say maybe Wesco.
Yeah.
But by then Antonio Williams will be back probably.
Yeah.
Cal, Virginia, Syracuse, Stanford, Wake Forest, which maybe it's Claiborne. That could make sense. Duke, and then NC State. Like who is unfortunately, I don't think there's any true alpha receiver that stands above the rest on those.
Yeah,
but maybe it evolves. Maybe by the Syracuse game, it's so clearly Gill or Cook or something that we could. That would be a good situation because we know they're going to throw it a ton.
Yes, we'll have some chances. It's just like
good to put in the background. I've been talking to Mike about. We talk about like rules of drafting, and like Mike is funny because he's like, I don't know why I did this. I should have done this. And I agree. And a lot of it makes sense. And I make the same mistakes. And I was like, dude, just write it down and like, let's revisit this. And I'm pretty sure he's not writing it down. So we'll see if he actually does. But anyways, but yeah, any calls? You gonna make any predictions on games or players or anything from this weekend before we wrap up?
For this week, Texas Tech gets it done. TCU gets done.
You think Oregon State has any shot against Oregon?
No. Can
we send Dan Lanning to the depths of hell for what he's done to us with Mekhi Hughes?
Who's us? Some of us we're very.
There's not one world. Don't even. There's not even one world where you could have imagined that this would play out this way.
No, not to this extent, but like. He was very much a fade to me. I can show you I can bring up the one.
You can fade him. That's totally fine. But him having 11 carries for 37 yards and 0 touchdowns after 3 games and no injuries.
I'm allowed to brag about this. I could show you the 1 out of 147 underdog teams that he's on, and I could show you the under 900 rushing yards prop bet that I have as well, if you would like.
Doesn't matter. There's not a world where anybody could have predicted this. Okay.
No.
By the way, it's been
better than I could ever expected.
I hammered running backs early in these underdog drafts.
Yeah.
Could have been maybe the worst thing ever with the way running backs have turned out this year.
You have Isaac. You have lots of Isaac.
Isaac's been great. But think about all the running backs that have been taken that early that have sucked or got hurt.
Do you have
Dylan
Bryson?
Edwards? Not a lot. I have some.
That's a problem.
Darius Taylor. Trey Wisner. I mean, like Wayman Jordan's been good, but they keep playing in blowouts. He's never on the field.
Yeah, but that's not how you should be thinking about it. Like Wayman is like dude. We should feel good about our Wayman.
I like our Wayman, but I'm just saying, from the perspective of like this has just not worked out at all. Running backs early have been brutal. Damon Claiborne missed some time and has looked bad. Shaheem White. Let's see here. Caden Durham has been bad. If you drafted Muton, that's awful. Anthony Hankerson, Quentin Joyner, Wayshawn Parker. The names add up big time in terms of how underperforming and bad luck it's been.
Yeah.
Nate Frazier. What's up with Nate Frazier? Why are they playing Josh McCray and Chauncey Bowens over him?
The easiest answer is I think they still like it's probably a couple things like that. You know how we are, Georgia. We love rotating RBs and like getting everyone involved in shit. But also, I think they're probably going to be hesitant to trust him because he's got a history of fumbling. Also, like you watch him run and it looks explosive, but the results in terms of like he's never breaking runs. Like I don't understand. The guy is so twitched up, so twitchy. Twitched up might be the wrong word. So twitchy. Like he looks like he's making these amazing cuts and stuff. But like his big yards are like 10 to 12 yards. Like what? Like I thought we were gonna get with him. I thought it was gonna be like DeAndre Swift, but like DeAndre Swift, it's like stanky leg, one cut, and 80 yards and gone. And it just doesn't work. It doesn't happen with Frazier. I don't understand why.
He's got a 21 yarder, a 28 yarder, a 40 yarder in his career, but otherwise everything is 19 and less in like what 16 games. Make a good point. I'm so out on Nate Frazier, by the way. I got so lucky betting his over attempts, but I'm not doing that again. Watching Josh McCray run 7 for 17 just because he's a big boy who gets actual snaps. But all right, well, this is September's Burning the Red Shirt, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's all over the place with a little bit of useful information for you guys out there. But yeah, we'll catch you next month, and yeah, we'll see you soon.
Later.